In our view, there's no such thing as too many holidays. We're a family of 3 plus our cockapoo Trixie, who absolutely love to travel. Join us in part 6 of our adventure as we tow our twin-axle caravan across mainland Europe. Right now we're in the beautiful south of France, staying at Camping de la Plage in Port Grimaud. We actually stayed at this site last year for a week and loved it so much that we just had to come back. This time we've made it a full 3-week stay. Come along with us as we show you some of the things we've been getting up to around the local area. Today we are off to get the little train from Port Grimaud up to the village of Grimaud. Now, we didn't do it last year, so we're quite looking forward to it. Apparently you can get it just outside the entrance from Port Grimaud and it takes about 50 minutes. And then you can get off the train and wander around Grimaud and then hop back on it back into Port Grimaud. Apparently it's €10 for adults and €6 for children. So let's see what the village of Grimaud is like. The stop for Le Petit Train is really easy to find. It's just opposite the main entrance into Port Grimaud. Once we hopped on, the little tourist train took us past vineyards and along the scenic route up towards the village, all while giving us a bit of history about the area. It's such a fun and relaxed way to get there. We had a wonderful wander through the winding cobbled streets of Grimaud, a village that dates back to the medieval times. The pastel-coloured houses with their shutters and climbing flowers made it feel like we'd stepped back in time. We took it in turns to peek inside the beautiful church of St. Michael, which has stood here since the 12th century, while one of us waited outside with Trixie. As we carried on exploring, we came across an outdoor theatre tucked away in the village, before following the old stone steps that led us up to the ruins of Grimaud Castle. The castle itself was built around the 11th century to guard the Gulf of Saint-Tropez, back when it was known as the Gulf of Grimaud. From the top, the views were absolutely breathtaking, sweeping across the Bay of Saint-Tropez and out to the surrounding hills. And of course, we couldn't miss the iconic windmill nearby, which has become one of the most photographed landmarks in the area. For Mum and Dad's last night with us, we booked a table at the campsite restaurant. The food was absolutely delicious, and of course we made sure to save room for dessert. In France, one of the favourites is Le Café Gourmand, a selection of mini desserts served with a coffee, and I also have to recommend the crepes. Super early this morning as we're dropping my mum and dad off back to Nice airport as they're flying back to Dublin today. So we thought we'd make the most of the early start and we're heading off to Monaco. We've never been before, so we're going to see what it's like. We arrived in Monaco just after 9 AM, the world's second smallest country, but one with an outsized reputation for glamour, luxury and Formula One racing. My top tip for anyone visiting is to arrive early. Not only does it give you a chance to enjoy the city before the crowds descend, but it also means you'll have a better choice of parking. We were lucky enough to get a space in the iconic Casino de Monte Carlo car park, famous for the supercars that are often on display there. Just a note though, this has to be one of the hottest underground car parks I've ever been in. From there we strolled through the beautifully kept Jardins de la Petite Afrique, a lush park filled with palm trees and exotic plants which lead you straight into the main square in front of Casino de Monte Carlo. At that hour it was almost empty, a rare sight in such a busy place. We couldn't resist having a closer look at the high-end cars parked in front of the Hotel de Paris. Some of the most expensive vehicles you'll see gathered in one place. As we wandered down towards the marina, we quickly stumbled across one of Monaco's most famous landmarks, the starting grid and finish line of the Formula One Grand Prix, one of the most prestigious races in the world. From there, we headed up a side street just above the marina and found a bustling little cafe filled with locals. Despite Monaco's reputation for being expensive, breakfast was really reasonable. For €14 each, we enjoyed a hearty plate of bacon, eggs and toast, along with fresh orange juice and coffee. Afterwards, we walked down to the Port Grimaud marina, home to some of the most luxurious yachts in the world. It's a place where billionaires dock their floating palaces, and the sheer scale of some of these yachts is mind-blowing. From the waterfront, we could also see the Prince's Palace of Monaco, perched high on the Rock of Monaco, overlooking the harbour as it has since the 13th century. To our surprise, we even spotted a motorhome parked near the marina. I didn't think motorhomes were allowed in Monaco, so that was an unusual sight. Of course, no visit would be complete without walking the Grand Prix circuit. We passed through the famous tunnel, made iconic by the roar of F1 engines, and climbed up towards the Fairmont hairpin. Famous Fairmont hairpin is one of the most recognisable corners in motorsport. sightseeing, we noticed chefs stepping outside for a quick break after breakfast service, which gave the streets a quiet but lived-in feel. Before heading back, we browsed a few of Monaco's boutique shops and then returned to our car, ready to make our way back to our caravan. The parking was reasonable at €11.60. That's another country ticked off the list, and one I'm really glad we got the chance to explore, even if it was just for a day. That's it for part 6 of our summer caravan holiday of 2025. Let me know in the comments if you've been to Monaco before and what you thought of it. Did you find it glamorous, overwhelming, or maybe surprisingly a bit down to earth in places? Let me know. And as always, thank you for watching and take care.